Thank you for coming again to Simply BB's, and happy Halloween. It's right around the corner. What do you think of my outfit? I call it Vampira, except for I don't have the teeth. So it's a mix between a vampire and Elvira. Kind of go. Well, I was going to be a witch, but I just kind of switched, and this is what happened. All right, today we are going to work on this giant succulent that was given to me, and it's just really overgrown. And to be honest with you, it's been moved so many times that it's been knocked apart, and branches have fallen off, and I've actually lost a lot. So I just keep throwing it back in there because it's pretty moist, and then they're doing their thing. They always come back. Sorry if I sound a little stuffy. I've been congested and laying around for the last couple days, and I'm finally getting back to myself, so I still sound a little funny. All right, we are going to start with showing you my supplies. Of course, I got my got my scissors. I got my alcohol wipes to wipe them down.
You put yourself down there just like kill you?
See? And I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm not.
No, just still fucking moving.
Yeah, sometimes I wipe down an area. I did have a lot of dirt on here. I was kind of cleaning, and I've had other projects. And like I said, I've been laying down for the last couple days. I've had those over by my face. Happy Halloween. Alright. So, there's a couple different ways I want to cut these. So, we're going to start with, I have some clear containers that I really just get a lot of my stuff on Amazon. They weren't that much. I want to say $10 for like half of these. So I guess all of these together were like $20. Yeah, something simple. And a lot of those I'm going to stick like the bigger stems. You'll see when I get that going. And then you can have trays like this. There's multiple. These are actually a girlfriend's I'm sharing. She's going to be so excited. She's got some bigger ones. I actually use these two, like the drip trays for mine. I use a lot of these. And it just so happened that I didn't need them for my plants, so I just repurposed them. And it works great. Or like the leaves and stuff, or even if you were to like fill them up, you could put the tips in there. And then if I run out, I do have like white pots. I've got nursery pots. I mean, I've even resorted to using my cupcake tin. And it's still in my living room because kind of take over all the stuff in the house, but that's okay. So we're gonna start with just using these clear ones and probably these flat ones.
You have two guys.
And then I'm also going to try and keep a lot of the original stems in here so that next summer it really just all grows back and goes crazy again. So I'm going to trim this big one down here, or up here, sorry, I'm out of it, up here down to be just a little bit more bushier, I guess, so when it comes back it'll be fuller. And there's different ways that you can repurpose this or repot it, soil, water, that kind of stuff. I'll show you when it gets time to that. So first of all, we do have 3 different kinds in here. This is obviously a type of jade. It's grown fairly big into a tree. I want to say that it's a golem jade, just because of the way that a lot of these are curled. Let's see if I can. I should be a little closer. Maybe on that side. Kind of right there, yeah. They're curled. They're not all flat. Like a lot of them are curled actually. So, but a lot of the other golem ones that I've seen have different colors on them. But it could just be that it's I don't know, going through too many changes, so it's just green and it's not happily stressed is what they call it. And then crazy hair. I want to say that these are sedum clavatum. I don't know, I guess, what the regular name for them would be because I actually have a book on them. I think I put the book back. And that's the name that they gave them in the book. And then these ones over here on this side, they're more like spiky, I guess. And it's also these, they kind of go out and the stems kind of harden, which is fine. They're still good to produce brand new whole ones, not just these little leaves, like a whole nother branch of succulents. And then, let's see here. We have in the back here, I mean, you really can't see right now. So once I get some of these out, all of the leaves have been falling from it getting cold out and being transported. So there's tons of babies in here, just growing. And I did kind of almost drop it once because it's really heavy, so they got knocked around. But I couldn't really get my hands in there to adjust everything anyway when I was trying to clean it out because it's just so much in there. Okay, we're gonna start. I'm really enjoying this costume, by the way. I think it looks really good. It's my new look. What y'all think? This was actually an old jacket of mine. It barely fits. My daughter wears it all the time. I'm like squeezing into it. That's alright. Still looks good. Okay. So I've sanitized my scissors. I have a mixture of, this is like some regular dirt. It's actually a mixture of a couple different things, which will be fine for just repurposing this, I guess, for right now while we grow the roots back. And normally, for any kind of cactus or succulent, I do use the Hoffman. I put that on my webpage before, or my group, I guess you would say, and on my YouTube. For right now, this is what I use. Eventually, I want to kind of do my own little mixture, but for right now, I just don't have time. So we're going to repurpose this right here. So I'm going to fill up one of each. Actually, might open that window here eventually because I am warm and I'm going to be doing a lot. I really wish my girls could be here. I'm actually going to do a shout out quick because this whole little makeup thing I don't usually do, and I've been watching a friend of mine. She sells makeup, Unique, and I haven't purchased anything from her yet, but I do have a wish list and I will eventually. But you should go check her out on Facebook. She has a group. It's called Get With Brit. I worked on my brows because they need a little help. And then my makeup, which I did have my daughter help out a little bit because, you know, getting old. And then also behind me, you can't really see it, so I figured after the video, I would give you a peek at my girl's warmer that I got. So it smells really nice in here, but you can't smell it. They're little mini warmers, and I want to say that's called Lily Garden. And then her group on Facebook is called Sensational Smells with Shep. I'm pretty sure. And I will put in the name of those here at the end of the video too. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to my girls because I love them. Alright, so we're going to start with this. Filling this up. This is super dry, which is fine because really once you clip these, you want to wait a good, I don't know, I say between 5 to 10 days for the tips to kind of harden on each one. Before you really start watering, you don't want them to get rot, basically. I'm going to make a mess, which is fine. I don't care. I put some dry dirt in here. I might have to get a glass of water eventually to wash the dirt down. My dog on the ground, wait for me to drop dirt. Just making a big mess. I'll repurpose this stuff on the table eventually. Okay. That works for me. That works for me. Okay, so I got about that much in there. Like a brownie layer.
That's why
Dirt brownies.
the triple
And then of course I got these filled. Super dry. I think the other stuff will be a little bit more moist. Okay, I've been a little nervous to dig into this. Like it's kind of nerve-wracking. But I'm gonna start off by showing you that not to drip my hair in the dirt. That you can just take the flowers off the top. Like, okay, so we have this one. Well, okay, I chopped it about yay big. See, fixing it. See, about yay big. Then you take off the bottom leaves,
Good luck.
which can also be repurposed. Any one of these that you just lay in the dirt, I mean, you just can throw it in there, or you can stick it a little bit, you know, stick it in there just a little bit like that, or a lot of people just lay them in there. I've done both ways. I've been kind of more experimenting for what I like. I feel like some of them do better when you stick them in because they have like weird stringy roots, and then other ones they just go. They just grow, actually. It's pretty cool watching them turn into a whole new flower. Why this just kind of gets the most drained out of it. Okay, so we're gonna pluck these both off. And I think, sorry, I'm sick. And I know you can hear it. It's not the corona, I promise. Okay, so I'm gonna stick these over here because I already have another one. See if I can put them somewhere where you can see them. And I'm gonna take this flowerette. I'm glad I'm wearing black because it shows you kind of what I'm doing. And I'm going to, we'll start with this one. I'm just gonna plop it right in there. And you can even wait about 30 minutes for the bottom to callus over so you don't get like any kind of bacteria. Some people do, some people don't. I'm just gonna stick it in there really just for the sake that I'm making the video. I know we're not gonna sit here for that long. Okay, I'm gonna try to sit down. So we're gonna do a few more of these. Let's see here. Go right under. Keep the leaves. Now I'll take that one off too. See? And they're so cute. So, okay, so after 10 days, what I do is I take my handy dandy spray bottle, and I do not mist these. I have like a squirt. So I just kind of go like right by, maybe I should get up and show you. You see them in there? So I just kind of go like right into the crack where the stem is, and I just really spray to get in the bottom. And I'm doing it to this one. Maybe he'll be okay. So I did like 2 sprays, you know. And I do it because if you just do that mist, it kind of just sits on top of the dirt because it's so dry. Doesn't get through. So, and I do that sometimes every day depending on how dry the air is, or I do it like every other day. You just want to make sure that it roots. Once it roots, you don't have to water, you just water it like a normal succulent, which is barely ever. So, and then again, when you stick these in here, and I'll just stick them in here. And there's 3 different ways that I'm gonna cut this up. Well, this, at least, the sedum clavatum. At least I think that's what this is. I could be wrong. So I would wait a few days for them to harden, the tips on these. And then, I don't know, like a lot of people say 3 days. I'd wait a few days. And then you do your little mist. Okay, I'm gonna sit. Then you do your misting, and really that's it. If you overdo it, you will make them all mushy and gross, and you'll see, because they'll start like getting clear basically. If not, then you'll obviously see the roots grow. But I fill this up to the brim, and I believe I put pictures on my group of all the ones that I already have started, just from things that I've had leaves fall off, or they've gotten bigger and I kind of want them more bushy, because the more you cut down, the more bushy your plant's going to get. So when I cut this back next year, this thing's going to go crazy again. I'm excited. We'll put this right out in the sun. Hopefully it does the same thing more and more. Okay, so the other way that I actually cut this up is by big stems. And I've actually given a few of these to my girlfriend. The sensational stuff, I cannot talk. The sensational smells with Shep. Sorry, I am just so. So then again, once again, you can take the leaves off. You can leave them if you really want. I mean, they could stay on, they could end up falling off. I usually just take off the leaves. You can cut this up, like 2. I try to remember which way's up, which way's down. And then I just plop them in there. And like I said, you can wait 30 minutes for them to harden or not. I haven't really decided what I want to do because I'm making this video. I think I'm just going to plop them in there. I'm going to be nodding because it's Halloween time. Isn't that what you do? Kind of like being Vampira. I wish I had vampire teeth. Ooh. Eventually I'm going to have to fast forward because I'm just kind of playing and talking with you guys because I like doing this. And I get to make a mess. So, okay. That is that one. Now I'm going to show you on this next one. And then I'll probably show you on all 3. And then I'm just going to hack into it and put you guys in fast forward so you don't have to sit and watch me do this whole thing. Okay, so we're going to go with this candle blue. I like this one. It's really cool looking. It's all fat and nubby and chubby. It's so cute. And it's kind of got like a weird ashy blue on top. That's probably why they call it candle blue. Okay, so I also am going to twist these off. And we can just stick those down the same way. And let them harden, or whatever you want to call, heating, whatever you want to call it. Put in there. So now we got a nice little flowerette. Nice little flowerette. And then we're going to stick him in the dirt as well. Yeah. And I'm not going to water these ones because you're not supposed to. Those were my examples. You know what to do. And I think I got these in like a 4-pack on Amazon. Of course. I got my wife at the dollar store because I'm cheap. I'm very, very, very cheap. I get my soil off of Amazon too. So, I'm not even going to get into the whole soil thing. Alright, so now that we did the tips of those, I'm also going to show you how to, what did I cut that off of? I guess we'll just keep going with, okay. I'm going to cut this baby off. And you can do the same if it's not green. You can do on the brown part. It's the same thing. So you can see right here, actually, you know what to do with the tip of this. I'm going to show you on this one because it actually has one growing and I want you to see it. So we'll do it like, yay big. I don't want it in there. See that? All right. All right, so you can take that as well, stick it right in the dirt. And in there, a little deep. And you probably could make these a little bit smaller, but I was just tend to make them a little bit bigger. And they will grow. And you get a few, you won't just get one. I want to say that I've also put pictures of that up too. Got these extra ones, pop them in the dirt. I'm excited to show you the next one. Okay, so I've showed you both of those. Now we're going to go back to the jade tree, the Gollum jade tree. And here's that other piece. I'm going to put it here because I can just rush through it after this. I think I'm gonna try to leave it in here with the original stems of the other ones too, and just kind of clean it up. But I'm gonna leave this in here and cut it back. And I've decided, because, well, I'm still kind of undecided, but there are two different ways I can propagate, and that means basically just regrowing stems into another plant. So these are different types of way to propagate. I want it taller, but I also want it very bushy. So I'm going to, y'all are gonna wait for a minute. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm back with a knife. Uh-oh. Alright. It's so hard to make a decision on where you want to cut. Okay, so my first one is, I guess, going to be more at the base of the trunk. Down here. All the way. I guess you can't really see. You know what? I'm going to show you. So, you see down there in the big trunk, and then you got that one that's connected. I'm going to cut that one off. I'm going to cut this guy off. And then, honestly, because I want the trunk to be taller like a tree, I'm going to cut this guy off. And I think I'm going to cut this guy off because he's really, really big. And he's got like 2 big branches coming off as well. He is so big, I can't even. And then I thought about, even if I were just to take off some of these up here, some length on it, I guess you would say, it'll get a little bit more bushy and tall. And you see some of this too, I want to show you, like some of this is burned and it's like kind of overwatered. And it's just because it got left out at the end of the summer, more of the fall when it was raining a lot, and the soil is still very moist. It's finally starting to dry out a little bit, but so it kind of sucked up a little bit too much water, but it didn't do any damage really. I don't see anything getting mushy or falling off or anything like that. Maybe I'll give you guys another shot of this beauty before I really dig in. Look at her. She's so beautiful. And I love that tree. And I think once I clean up the tree, I'm going to love her even more because she's going to look more tall and beautiful. I probably have said beautiful like 100 times, but I really love plants. I really love plants. See it once I turn it around. I don't know. I showed you what I was doing. So basically I'm going to go in there. I have a very, very sharp knife. Honestly, I'm not even... Alright, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to get these pieces off that I showed you. And I'm going to show you what you can do with them. I'm going to just stand up. I can't be lazy about it. Darn. Okay. Oh, wow. I broke some of the other things out. It still has some roots on it. Wow. I'm going to try to leave those. Okay. See that? That's not good. Still got some roots. See if I can see better if I do that. Yes. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of these. So I'm going to show you a little something. Get him out of here. Like I said, I'm going to knock somebody out of here when I do this because I'm already from transporting it and all that good stuff. I'm just going to be like, look at this. They're just falling as I go. Once again, another one. And these are pretty large. I would say 9 inches, something like that. So, okay. I have 2 of them. I'm going to show you what you could do, which I personally, I don't know. I'm not sure which one I want to do. Let me get a bucket. And I honestly think for these, I'm going to use my actual Hoffman because I'm filling up a big pot. They won't be transported. These will probably all go into, I've actually been thinking because I want to open up a store or like an online store and do stuff on my group and Facebook and all that. But these cute little pots and all that, pot them up, maybe do some arrangements and sell plants online. Because everybody needs a plant in their life that helps with anxiety, depression. I mean, you don't even know. This is really, truly my favorite thing to do. It helps me through every day. So, I do have a couple more bags of this, so kind of knew when I got myself into this project that this is what I was going to do. And I guess I could try it both ways. That's what I skipped right over the project. Better not be nothing in my plate. Right. Was outside. Now I gotta make sure we're okay. Okay. Not recently, but I'm saying in the past it was outside. So you can propagate this way, right here in the dirt, or you can just take a glass of water, which I think is the way that I'm going to do it. I might try a couple like this, just to see which one is faster. I'm assuming the water will, I'm pretty sure that's what most people do. So you can stick them right in the dirt. I'm going to take off some of these lower leaves. That's good. I'm pretty sure you can propagate this right from the leaf too, but I could be absolutely wrong. I've never really looked into doing the leaves like that, I guess. And some of these are kind of just active from being on there for a while. I just do see some spider webs. Like I said, it was outside for a while. And it's that time of the season, Halloween, so there's got to be spider webs on it. So I'm going to put 2 of them in here, just because. Later on, if I really want, I can separate them. So I should push this dirt down a little bit more. Okay. 1. Like I guess I should have turned him a little bit. So the other one could fit in there. Take off the leaves. This is really exciting. I am really excited about this one, I think, out of all of them. Like, the other one's going to make the most plants, especially this one. And it's just still dropping. I'm not going to get as many out of this big jade tree, but man, it is still my favorite. It's so big. It is beautiful. Okay. So, or something, or just using my hands. Okay, usually I do. And it just gets all up in my nails. I don't usually wear gloves. Just be going. I like playing in the dirt. What is everybody doing for Halloween this year? Because I'm pretty sure our little town is locked down. So, and I don't mean locked down, I mean like no Halloween trick-or-treating thing. There could be though, who knows. I'm just guessing. So, not really knowing not throwing any parties or anything, so I just assume I'm going to eat a bunch of junk food and sit at home. Watch scary movies, which I've actually been doing every night. I love this time of the year. My man's dancing behind the camera. He thinks it's funny. It's okay. Alright. Okay, so this one I've got all potted up. And again, I would wait like 10 days. I'm actually going to take off that last thing. 10 days before you water this, just because you want it to set and want to root before you start soaking it to death. Because you don't want it to get mushy. It will. And then, I mean, you can try to cut the bottom off and do it again, but most likely you're just going to hurt the plant. So, there's one way. Very awesome. So, I'm hoping I can put this one in my store. And I will sell locally. So, pick up. I will sometimes drop off because I go into different parts of the town. I luckily I feel like I live in between most of everything, so I'm always in and out of all the parts of towns. So if I'm that way, I don't mind swinging by, as long as you're on the way. Okay, and then I actually have this back here. If I can get back here, all of my stuff. A little jar of water. And I don't have a lot because I don't know, I just don't want to over soak it because it says you can't put water in there for 10 days, so I don't know, should I wait? See, now I'm questioning myself, should I wait a couple days before I put this in the water, or if I should just put it in the water? I'm just gonna put it in the water. We're doing this. Oh my goodness. I don't know why, but this scares me. I don't really have many jars left because I've used up all my jars. I don't, to be honest with you, this might not even fit down in there. I have a bigger one. Which one did I say I was going to cut off that has a double? Was it that one? I think it was. I do. I think I'm going to put this one in there. See? I can't even make up my own mind. I feel like it's just a hard decision. This knife is very nice. So this is actually forged in fire knife. I got one for my father-in-law and then also us. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed in the bigger one. And it's more or less just the handle kind of cracked. I don't know why. Probably because I put everything in the dishwasher. But this one's worked very well, and as long as I keep it sharp, it works really, really good. So I think I'm gonna let this sit like that, and I'm gonna put a little bit more water in it. I'll show here at the end. I'll add some more. I'm actually gonna let that sit and harden for a little bit. And I'm gonna stick this one in dirt as well. And I think I have a smaller pot, which now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, we're back. That took forever. It's probably one of the biggest projects I've ever done. It is super late. I honestly don't even think I'm gonna clean up my full mess until tomorrow. I have to clean up some of it because I've got a dog. All right, I'm going to show you first how nice this plant looks now that I've cleaned it up. Look at that. So I still have like some big chunks of these with the big roots, but these will all flower back up and kind of spill back over throughout time. And then once spring hits, it'll go crazy again. And that's a pretty thick branch, so this will end up probably turning into some type of tree like this. I love the way this looks now. I love that. Oh my god, I love it. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to get rid of this one. This one's definitely my favorite at this moment. So what I'm going to do with this, because it does need a little bit of dirt. Don't mind my stuff in the back. I'm also going to add some worm castings. Just for like a natural fertilizer to replenish the soil that's already in there. So, yes, I'm using a spoon. I'm using a spoon. And I'm making a mess. So you really can't add too much. It ain't gonna hurt the plant. I really add this to, I'm still knocking stuff off. Throw that on the ground too. You can't really add too much. You're not gonna hurt your plant. It's like a natural fertilizer. So after I really started digging into this, I realized that there was a big old family of spiders. Oh my gosh. I hate spiders. It's kind of hard. It made me scared, but I think they're probably somewhere on my floor now. Okay, so now that I've added my worm casting, this is what I'm using for it now. Like I said, right now I'm just getting everything I have off Amazon. Honestly, I have a hard time for some reason finding cactus and succulent dirt when you go to the store. It's kind of stupid. This, I'm just going to use my hands for this one. I don't care. Just give it some fresh dirt. I did leave a lot of these babies in here too because they're not quite big enough. And I'll show you everything I got here in just a minute. I got a lot. Oh my gosh. Like I said, too much work. Oh my goodness. Break them all off again. Okay. Alright. And I'll end up taking pictures of where I place this. But I honestly have to move a plant and lower some grow lights. So that'll take a whole other project. I probably won't do that till tomorrow morning. Okay, so I'll go back this way. But this time I'm going to take you with me. Okay. Yay. Alright, so we got that. And then we've got all these on the floor. So there's a lot of leaves, there's a lot of the cuttings of the stems, and then the actual tips of the flowers. Then if you can see back here, we got all of the Golem Jades cut. I still haven't added water to the little jar back there, but I figured I kind of wanted to give him time to callus over. That's pretty cool. That I have a lot, and I have a lot of repositioning of my plants to do.